Welcome everyone to the 170th weekly live stream.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey.
Today
We're getting
today
up
we have
there.
an army of things. There's an alley thing,
Hi.
a CPC thing,
Hi.
a Fluffy's eye thing,
Hi.
a tadpole thing.
Meowdy.
Way to break the order here.
And this is
Combo
everything.
breaker.
Hi. Alright, so same rules as always. If you have art you'd like critiqued, please fire it towards our faces at high velocity. You can mail it, email it. If you can ever figure out our email, you could mail it directly to Allie Claw, and she will figure out how to upload it onto the interwebs via great descriptions of the image. You can submit
I'll
it to
print
us.
it in Braille.
Print it in Braille. You could just submit it to us like a normal human being online.
But
Or
what about carrier pigeon?
we do accept carrier pigeons. They did roost on my balcony last time though, so you have to be careful about that one.
Pigeon poop, man.
It's so bad. All right, so today we have two submissions to us. First one is by Wanna Draw, and it's I finally decided to buy colored pencils. First try. And they are saying, "Hello, everybody. Long time without posting anything. I almost quit art. 4 months without doing anything. But I found some really cheap colored pencils recently, and I tried to push myself to use them. It was just a hyper fast drawing, but I like. And you need to know that I never like my own drawings. Highly inspired by drawing by yeah."
If you don't like this, and you're a crazy pony.
That hair is.
It's on
These eyes?
point.
Look at these eyes.
Okay, I will.
They're
get my tablet
mesmerizing.
now, and I'm gonna do some critiquing. But there's one thing well, actually, a couple of things around this general facial head structure that can be improved. But otherwise, this is looking absolutely gorgeous to me, and I'm sure these guys will give you some lovely pointers on coloring and pencil drawing. I'm just going to do some scribbling. So I feel like the nose, so this line here is indicating the bridge of the nose. So the way we're looking at this, the bridge of the nose is starting here in the middle of the face, and kind of it's sitting here, which is either going through the eye or it starts out really thin, but it's just creating some sort of awkward shape going on. So I will make sure to combine the bridge with the eye on the opposite side if the head is tilted far enough that way, and then just make sure to accentuate that boopable snoot so that CPC can redraw that little boop that went on. I'm just going to do some. I hope this is visible enough. You can cut the line in a little bit to show some overlap and give that some depth. Yeah. Secondly, after doing the eyes, which you've already done, so I don't need to. So I'll do the nose, and I'll start here. Then I'll go here. But you've already done the eyes, and they look gorgeous. So after that, I'll go here and do the face. The ponies' heads in the show are very round, but that's mostly just because they're working with limited constraints. They got to animate all this, and even then, more recently. The characters have a lot more life to them, but I'd say go for the movie style more. They have a lot more structure in their form. But even just in general, drawing characters' heads are not round. They have a skull, they have eye sockets, they have a snout, they have cheeks. These are going to be a non-circular shape. So you can start with a circle, and that's absolutely fine. But it's how you build off of that circle that matters. So imagine if you're sort of structuring, reverse sculpturing. You start with a sphere and you start applying bits around it and building a shape around that circle. I have accidentally rotated my canvas. There we go. And then you can bring in the sort of neck and body from there. I mean, obviously this is well sketched, and I don't see you. I mean, maybe the nose you could probably fix pretty easily, but I don't see you cutting into all this gorgeous hair coloring here to fix what I'm doing now. But just sort of to keep in mind for the future, you can use it as reference. I love how the main just You got this lovely like action going on. It's great. That's what I have to say about anything nitpicky on my end, though.
So the ever awesome Mace Temporal pointed out she's sort of missing her horn.
Oh, yes. It's so easy to forget
We've
wings
all
and
done
horns.
All done.
Clearly, Earth ponies are the superior race.
I can't
It's
name
Verity's sister.
the number of D-winged Pegasi I've drawn.
Mhm. I have forgotten both wings and horn on the same pony before. Like,
Yeah.
I personally make my horns like a little bit chunky, but it's a matter of style.
But buddy,
We can always try different ways of drawing things here. Yeah, you got to give it a super long horn. There we go. Tad's got it.
buddy, want to draw?
Oh yeah.
Keep drawing, buddy. I know. There's
yes.
the ones. There's
Keep
those
wanting to draw.
times where you go, F drawing. This is stupid. It's not worth it. I got other things to do, like play these awesome video games. It's fine. Take a break. Whatever.
There's a 3-step plan. Step 1, ask yourself, do I want to draw? Step 2, say yes. Step 3, do a drawing. Step 4, problem.
That was 4 steps.
I know.
Wait, so does Wannadraw skip a step since his name is Wannadraw?
Yes.
Where's the fluff step?
That's why it's guaranteed yes. Oh yeah, step 5, fluff everything.
That's also step
Except
1 through 5.
Profit twice.
All right, let's go on to the next one then.
Just fluff the step.
I have one more thought.
What?
Sorry.
Stop
No.
right there, criminal scum.
You've offended the law. So my thought is specifically, it looks like you started with pencil and then moved to colored pencil, and that's fine and that's great. But something to be aware of is when you move to the colored pencil over top of the pencil, you want to darken up lines that need darkening. So like, Rarity, anywhere where it's Rarity's fur, I think it's fine. You've still got the pencil lines because her fur is white, and so you don't need a super dark stroke. But specifically with her hair, I would darken up these lines, like maybe with a black colored pencil or a dark purple or blue. Darken up some of these outlines so there's more defined. And I'd also darken up her eyelashes just to get some more of that contrast going in there, and make it so they pop out even more and stand out, because you've got this beautiful coloring going on in right here, and I think adding eyelashes will help it pop out and really mesmerize the crowd.
I totally
So-
agree.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Good call. Good call.
All right. Let's go on. Next up is a picture by a person with a name. The name of Edgy Horse. I found some cool effect settings looking for help with fluffs. I never fluff. Holy cow, did you ever
I
come
love
to the
this.
right place?
I have this stop boot blocker. But no, it's never enough.
Alright, fluffy
Anyway.
people. They're looking for
Yeah.
help with fluff. I need you to help them with fluff.
So I'm just going to do some exampling, and then we can actually get into. So I think for me, it's about flow and less is more details. Like, I see a lot of people, I see some people do it, like, here's my fluff, and they do the entire body, and that's not, don't do that. What you've done here, we've got just like a little bit on the hooves, that works. I can see this, and if you've even got like you got some stuff down already that we could tell you about how, like, you got the nice sort of rounded fluff which goes with the cartoony style. You've got them not all going in a uniform direction, they're not all a uniform size. You've got these like little bits breaking them up, so that is really good. The only thing is that it doesn't like float, like the fur is sort of going this way, so, and this fluff is going against it, but like they can have it fluffed up, just make it a little bit more roughly. I mean, that doesn't look wrong. necessary to me. It is worth noting how that fluff is broken out. We've got some lovely drawings on the side here showing that fluff appearing. So I think start. I'll do some tips in a second. Start small and do some nice little rough drafts. That was terrible, but this program's hard to draw in. So something I'll do is on certain points of the body part, you have a line that flips the canvas. How do I erase? There we go. I'll cut like a tangent out like this, and then I'll go through, create a bit of fluff, do a bigger bit, and then I'll sort of join the fluff back to the line. So then it sort of gives this sign of the fluff coming out. Sometimes you could do it the other way and have the fluff come over. It depends, which I've done on the chest here, but it depends if that's something. Depends how the fluff is sort of extending from the body, you know. On the chests, can I soft erase? There we go. Same sort of thing, like lots of no uniform direction, no uniform size. I'll have it come back into the body a little bit. Let's see if I can draw this a bit bigger. Just it's kind of hard to see on the character. Because then it sort of shows like that. Because I used to draw how I used to do my fluff is I would do it like this, like there's the body, but I didn't like because it basically the fluff then is hanging down. There's this like sort of area underneath where the fluff is like hanging over, and I didn't like that. So what I do now is I'll just sort of have the fluff come out of the body, like the fur is just getting thicker, and then go back into it again, if that makes sense. And then I just sort of accent it with fluff on the other side, and little bits of details in the middle, just like little lines. You don't need to be too super concise about it. Because I also do like the thicker shoulder and the leg, I then like break that and then combine it into like a fluffy leg shoulder. That was terrible. There we go.
We've got some wonderful illustrations of tribbles to
Yeah, those are I've watched those
right
appearing
over here.
already.
CPC is showing off some different textures that you get with different types of fur and fluff and hair.
Absolutely amazing stuff. This needs to be like recorded and put onto our like pinned to the critique channel.
One quick thought, it's not related to fluffs, is with your style, you've got this kind of cool, nice, very illustratory, lineless, like you'd see a lot in like a picture book kind of style. And when you're going with lineless, because you don't have the lines to help you, it's important to define the different sections and the different parts very well, or else they won't read as clearly. And so I'd say to help with that, I would recommend darkening up these shadowy areas to add a little bit more contrast between the two, so that, you know, when you're zoomed way out and you're looking at the picture as a whole, they don't blend together, and it reads clearly. So yeah.
All right. Anyone else got any pointers on this one?
It reminds me of AJVL, I think, is the name of the artist. He does a lot of really great lineless kind of. It reminds me of like gouache, children's picture book illustration. But I can't say that their, children's book illustration has a specific style, because they're as varied as the sands of the sea. But, this kind of style appears a lot more often, at least, in that kind of stuff.
I think the only like super duper nitpicky thing, I feel like the bottom feet don't quite line up. I don't know if I'm just going crazy. It's like the littlest bit. I almost feel like the front hoof here. Oh, that's not a pen. The front hoof here like matches more up with this back hoof in terms of just standing. It's like the littlest bit that would like
Mhm.
I don't know
think
if it's just my eyeballs.
I think it's
Part
because
of it is just the back is too lifted, the back of the hoof. It's like a
Maybe.
different angle. It's like this one is going like this, and then this one is straight.
Possibly.
I think
yeah.
that goes into the direction of this leg is this, and then the direction of this leg is kind of like this
Mm.
almost, and I don't feel like I just move that just a teeny bit, just the angle, just a teeny tiny bit.
Yeah, it's such like a little. It's like the littlest nitpick my eye just like caught on to, and I'm like trying to like, is that or is it not? Does it really matter? Does it? Oh, and the other thing I'd say, I don't know if this would work with the style too much, but maybe giving an eye shine,
Mhm.
kind of like, or some
Yeah,
way to
'cause the eyes
separate
always
the
look a little
eyes.
bit too lifeless without them. Hey, it's so cute. It works.
All right. I guess that unless anyone else in the chat has anything.
Just a comment about the back ear being a little thin. That's about it.
Something that helps me with fluff, and in this case, might even help more because it's a simpler style instead of this very detailed fur. Having simple shape, like I think this one would be something like this, and then the fur can kind of fill in there. Helps me. It's like the chest would be something like this, and then it shows the wrong color. Need something lighter so I can draw on top. Then I would just...
Oop.
So all the fur would fit inside that box. And I think it would help with not being too messy, because I don't think it would fit with the style to be super messy and super detailed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if that's all we have today, then thank you all for coming. Thank you all for your submissions. And we'll see you again next week.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
See you next time.